What's going on, Libra? And welcome to my channel, Alchemist. Justin here, and I hope you're having a fantastic week so far. So, for those of you who are returning, welcome back, Soul Tribe. I appreciate your subscriptions, your likes, and shares. Your support really does mean a lot to me, and it keeps us growing. And for those of you who are new, welcome. I'm happy Higher Self has brought you here. We are in for an amazing journey. Now, the theme of this week's monthly spread is going to be love, Libra. Whether you're looking for love, in love, or just in need of some self-love, Libra, this one's for you. And just so you're all aware, this is a general reading, not a one-to-one, so take what resonates with you, leave the rest with me, and never force a reading on a situation, okay? So with all that being said, let's jump into it. Your space has been cleansed. Gems. Oh, feeling lovely. Just good energy all around here, Libra. Now, Libra, with this spread, I'm going to be going until Higher Self says stop. We're just going with the flow. And just so you all know, these readings that I do, they're not gender-specific readings, so apply these energies to people as they make sense for your situations, okay? And then lastly, the decks that I'm working with. This one is the Light Seers Tarot deck. And then the other one is the Anatomy of a Witch Oracle deck. And I'll include links for these decks and other decks that I like using down in the description box below. So definitely check that out if you're interested there, Libra. All right, Libra, let's see what we got cooking up here. Oh, Libra, look at you. Oh, and you don't mean, you mean business. I was saying you don't mean, you absolutely mean business. Look at you, Queen of Swords. This is one of your cards here. And I know what, Libra? I feel like with the Queen of Swords popping up here, you know, you got the Queen of Swords and then you got the Ten of Wands in reverse here. And I feel like that with this, I feel like that some of us have had this realization here as of late, you know, possibly that how things have been going down here is not working. This could be in when I'm thinking love, you know, love covers a broad things there, Libra. This could be we're not down with how our relationships may be working right now. This could be down with like our friendships, maybe our family relationships, maybe even like our work relationships, you know, work family and stuff. You can love your work family, but something has gotten to this point, Libra, that I feel like things are not, I feel like there's not like some either like reciprocity or that the energies are not lining up here. Because with the Ten of Wands, you know, I feel like this is, when we get to like Ten of Wands, this is something where it's just like things have been kind of like building up and been building up and been building up and building up. And we've been just kind of holding this in, maybe kind of, you know, keeping your Queen of Swords composure. You know, we're just like, all right, we're not gonna cut any heads today. We're just gonna keep it chill. But I feel like, Libra, we may be at this point where you might be almost like backs against the wall here. We might be about ready to make a move. But here's the thing, Libra. One, tap into your energy, because where I get it, you know, if we're in a place where we're kind of feeling some heat, you know, and, you know, just things haven't been, just the energies aren't resonating as of late, we do want to correct that, Libra, but we do want to come in with a balanced approach. You know, you tap into your energy here. We can be firm, but we don't have to come in, you know, but we don't need to pulling out swords. You know, we can, I feel like there's an effective way to get your point across here, you know, with whatever this situation is going down. But I will say, this is something too, Libra, you know, as I'm telling you, you know, we don't need to go in hot, but we do need to go in. You know what I mean? Because this, after a while, this is just going to get, if we keep kind of, you know, stuffing that down, Libra, then it's not going to, then the message gets missed. Because let's say, for example, if we're in a relationship and your person, let's say they leave stuff all over the place, and this is something small, but it's like, you know, you're kind of picking up, and it's like, no, we're not going to talk about it, you know, picking up, then like months later, you know, we're still picking up, Libra, years later, still picking up, and then at this point, it's just like, why am I picking up all these sticks? Haven't I talked to you about this? What the F? You know, then we're getting, then it's all hot, and what happens is, Libra, when we hold that all that heat in, we when something really ticks us off, the reaction is not it's disproportional to what may actually have went down. And then the person is going to look at you like, Libra, Queen of Swords, what's your deal? Why is this is the sword that you're choosing to fall on right now? And that's not even what's going down, Libra, but it's just that you've had possibly had so much stuff built up until this point that it's just it's ready to pop, you know? But we don't have to get to this point, Libra. This is something where we can be, you know, you can be diplomatic in this, but it's something that, you know, maybe we're worried about possibly, you know, hurting people's feelings, you know, or wherever that may be, which I don't feel like that may be the case, Libra, you know, but on the off chance, you know, it's better to tackle this now and to get ahead of this now than for it to become an issue later and then it become like a whole big thing and then no one really understands what went down here. You know, there's no real growth that's happening. You know what's going down, but maybe this other person doesn't know what's going down. And you know what, Libra? It really does. When we keep that stuff bottled in, Libra, it can get to this place of where you got it at first, but these little things, if we suppress this stuff here and we ignore these issues, they tend to permeate, and it's like, okay, higher self is a type that, all right, Libra, I've been trying to, you know, send off like, you know, little internal flags here that we need to deal with this, but maybe we need to, you know, maybe we need to extend this out into the environment. So just, and that's not to scare you, Libra, but it's just that sometimes, because here's the thing, Libra, the Queen of Swords is just not, I was just talking with the Queen of Swords about, or with someone about the Queen of Swords not too long ago. The Queen of Swords is not one, I feel like she doesn't want to be a hard ass all the time. Like she can if she needs to. You know, I feel like of the Queen, she's not afraid to get down to business and let people know what's going down. But I feel like the Queen of Swords really is, I feel like she gets, you know, gets misrepresented. She really is really soft. You know, I feel like in the sense of like, she's a kind figure. You know, she wants people to, she loves to be, you know, because think about your sign, Libra. You're the sign of like partnerships, you know, and whether that be in romance or business, whatever. She loves making friends. She loves being in relationships. But if it's not vibing, and you know, if these things are really starting to get under our skin here, you know, if it potentially can upset the balance, Libra, you know, she's the type that is like, okay, now we got to see the sword. And I think people are surprised because they expect her to be so calm. And so she's always so calm, so cool, that when she whips it out, then it's just like, oh man, Libra, I didn't realize that, blah, 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 blah. But it's like, but here's what happened, you know? Communicate, Libra. And I know I get it with your energy. You may not like the conflict, but is it worth the internal conflict that may be going down in here? So just something to think about, Libra. Or, ooh, that was a little insightful little bit, Libra. Kind of starting things off here. And you know, Libra, yeah, now we got the Eight of Pentacles in reverse here. And you know, I feel like that this is like, I feel like that this is something that you've been like maybe kind of working on for a while. Maybe this is something that you've expressed your concerns, but maybe they're not being met. You know, maybe this is something like we've tried different approaches possibly, but just nothing seems to be working. Libra, you know, if that's the case, you know, it may be time to think about possibly reevaluating some things, you know, and seeing if we can, you know, we might need to have some hard discussions with some people depending on who this may be resonating with you. But you know, let's go back to the partner. You know, if this is something where you've tried working with them, it's like, okay, you know they operate this way. Okay, all right, I'll adjust, I'll balance, you know. And granted, this is, you know, I'm kind of more getting into like more like kind of Six of Pentacles, but Eight of Pentacles too, you know, this can be, you've been trying to refine, you've been trying to make this work, because I feel like Libra, you bring out the best in your partners because, your sign is, one, the Empress, which you know how I feel about the Empress. I don't even know if that's really relevant, but I just love talking about her. And two, I feel like you really do elevate people. You have a way of when people partner up with Libra, it's the what you can learn and how I feel like you can do for others, like partners, when we're in a partnership, it's really fantastic, Libra. But if that progress is not happening, then I feel like this is something that you can't force, like we can't force people to do, just like I can't force, can't and wouldn't force you to do anything, or like when I make like suggestions and stuff like that. We got to expect the same thing, Libra. We can't force people to do anything, even no matter how much we compromise. If if they're not willing to grow with us or adapt with us, because that's the thing, Libra. Partnerships, it's really, I was going to say it's really about kind of like a give and take, but it's more so just like it's a harmonizing, because Ten of Cups has been floating around a little bit, and that's like our fulfillment. But we don't come in expecting others to give us Ten of Cups. We come in already working, or even working on like Eight of Pentacles. We're working on refining ourselves, but we don't expect the other person to do that for us. It's just one of those things that just happens naturally. As you grow, they grow, and then and then sometimes even as you're growing together, little ideas kind of perk together in like little, who knows what can possibly, come from the mix. But if that's not happening, Libra, then and I'm not saying like if it's not happening right off the bat, like if we're looking for a new relationship, let's say we're not vibing at first. Sometimes these things take time, Libra. The energies, we're learning each other, we need to adjust, and no matter what the relationship is. But this is something where we're noticing that even with the amount of time, if we've been at this for like a minute, and it just doesn't seem to, if your intuition is telling you that this is not the one, Libra, don't be afraid. And you don't have to go ham, Libra. When I'm talking about pulling out the, cutting the sword, we can again. It's that, because here's air energy, and that's another thing, Libra. Air energy can be, it's sharp. I will say, of the air signs, Libra, I feel like you definitely are the, being the scales, but it really is inherent for you, and you have, I feel like, a more balanced approach than like a Gemini or an Aquarius. Listen, I could say that I have a Gemini moon, and I can get into my whole chart placements, but especially growing up, I leaned a lot into my Gemini energy. So believe me, when I talk about swords, Libra, I know what you're working with there, or at least I got an idea. But that's something to be mindful, Libra. That, and when I'm thinking about all that getting into that mode, Libra, I feel like that it's the Queen of Swords is very much, how do I want to put this, Libra? When we're thinking about getting into that mode or switching into, getting into, to attack mode here, I feel like that it's, keep in mind that that as long as we are coming from from a balanced place, and we're coming from you're like, listen, I've tried this with you, I've tried that with you, I've executed, and this is not like, let me be fair. Am I making this stuff up? Am I conjuring up things? Let's talk now, but if not, if all these concerns are true and we're not going to do something about it, then Libra, we got to do what we got to do at the end of the day. And there's not a problem with that. And that may not even be too, Libra. Love relationship, friend, family, even if we have to part ways for a little while, if we're meant to come back into each other's world again, the universe is lovely about that. I'll tell you what, even starting with sidebar, Libra, even when I started like social media or got back on social media, like I started social, you remember when I started social media? I was such a mogul. But no, when I got back onto social media, I had really kind of tapped out there for a while, you know, like there were like people I had kind of fell out of touch with, and you know, I was going through my own kind of journey, getting my vibrations back in order. But as soon as you do, Libra, I mean, I got so many people that I've been connecting with over the last month or so. I mean, it's incredible how that works, Libra. So trust that, you know, if we stay focused on you, you know, if things aren't resonating, you worry, you know, keep your vibrations high, keep that Empress feeling good, then it's all going to work back. It'll all work itself out, Libra. All right. Six of Pentacles here, and this is, weren't we just talking about Six of Pentacles and the lack of reciprocity? Thanks. But all jokes aside, Libra, come on. If there's not an equal give and take, if the scales are not balanced, Libra, it's time to make a move here, you know. In Libra, you know, let's cut out all the other people for a second. How is your relationship with you? Have you been working on things that you want to do? How's your relationship with yourself? Have you been making time for you? Have you been, you know, maybe doing some stuff that resonates with you? You know, that's like, because see, Ten of Wands, I feel like is like all of our obligations, you know, bills, work, all that stuff, you know. But are we making some time for some fun, you know, for some relaxation time, for some Empress energy? Because that, Libra, is going to keep you all out of whack too if your relationship isn't harmonious here. And here's the thing, Libra. If we're not working on ourselves, you know, like in doing those check-ins and making sure that our you know, we're not or making sure that we're balanced. Not to say that you can't find love that way, but it makes it a lot harder to find love when we're not even sure how to love ourselves properly, when we're not taking the appropriate amount of time to give ourselves, you know, invest in ourselves, Libra. Because the Pentacles, yes, they can deal with money, and this could be something as far as like, when was the last time that you took yourself out, you know, treated yourself, Libra? And it doesn't have to be anything expensive, you know. This could be like maybe going to like a coffee shop, grabbing your favorite beverage, you know, taking a paper or a book and going to the park and doing some reading, or, you know, taking yourself out to dinner if you're feeling fancy, or buying yourself something nice, Libra. Look at your jacket and in these jeans. Well, I don't know how I feel about ripped jeans, paying for holes and stuff, but I'm not, this is judgment free. Let me check myself, Libra. Judgment free zone. But your pants look sharp. But, you know, treating yourself, Libra. Well, I mean, where are you right now, Libra? Are you on vacation? If not, let's take a little vacation. And again, Libra, it could be like a weekend thing, you know, or whenever our days off happen to fall, you know, wherever they fall. Work in some time for yourself, Libra. And I feel like make that a habit really as often as you can. If we can't do like once a week, let's at least try to do it like every lunar cycle, you know? Making some time. You know, funny thing, Libra, when I'm recording this, the moon is in Libra. So treat yourself. You know, this is a great time. Libra. Oh, Libra! Actually, while we're talking lunar shenanigans, let's take another break. Because this next lunar cycle, there's going to be a full moon in your sign, you know, and I personally, having my sun in Cancer, you know, and I have another channel where we're all talking about syncing up with the moon and stuff. I personally, Libra energy is one of my favorites, you know, of the moon placements, and I feel like that may be, Libra, if we don't have any time at the moment, plan something for around the full moon time, you know. How lovely would that be to take yourself out, just and take the day, Libra, you know, treat yourself to maybe like a candlelit dinner for one. That's cute. I'm with that. Put yourself your favorite jams, cook yourself your favorite dinner, you know, whatever. But just, that's how we Empress. And that's how we show love for ourselves. And I promise you, Libra, you start doing some more stuff for yourself and, you know, really doing that, people just fly flock to you. You know, like that energy. And I'm not just saying like just a bunch of randos. I'm talking about like people who are matching with us energetically, because that's where we're in a vibration of love now, because that's all we're focusing on. That's all we're putting here. So that's all you're going to get back, Libra. Nothing but love. Beautiful. More. Libra, this is an excellent reading. And you know, Libra, when I was talking about like how we don't have to really spend a lot, we're not really working with a whole bunch right now, Libra. You can really do, because maybe some of us, maybe we're thinking, Justin, I don't have the pentacles to treat myself right now. Libra, you can get creative. Absolutely. You totally can. You don't need to do anything super crazy. When's the last time are you a fan of a bath? When was it? Have you been telling yourself that I've been wanting to take a bath for a while? I sure have. And, but get yourself maybe some like Epsom salts, or even like maybe some essential oils or something, Libra. Are we really about to talk? Am I, Libra, with you being one of the signs blessed by the Empress, am I really about to tell you how to get into Empress mode here, Libra, and get that sunshine and treat yourself? Libra, go lie in the sun. This is beautiful, Libra. There's happiness that's getting ready to come here for your reading, but it's when we choose to take that. This really, Libra, is saying that, you know, you can get this joy and this fulfillment whenever you are ready. Because the thing, like I was saying earlier, because this is even better. I was thinking, you know, when we're talking about 10 of Cups, let's talk about the sun. The sun, Libra, is always in you. You know what I mean? You can always have that warmth, that bright, that loving energy. I love the sun. And I feel like that this is just a reminder, Libra, that it all starts within, you know. It's all, we are the source of our love, our happiness, our joy, and then we spread that around, and then other people feel that, we attract others, and then we bask in each other's light, you know, because we're focusing on because we're everyone in this party here is focusing on feeding that energy and mastering that craft, and really, you know, putting in the effort to go on that journey, because this, Libra, and this too, you know, Libra, the sun is Leo's ruler. And the sun, I'm thinking about, you know, kind of like houses and stuff. And the sun rules over the 5th house, you know, with Leo. And that's a place of just like creativity and childlike energy. And I feel like that this is giving you a, you know, kind of like, allow yourself to just have fun, Libra, and to create your own joy, you know, to not, and again, it's not that other people can't bring you this sunlight, but, you know, you have your own sun as well, Libra. You know, this is, this really is beautiful, Libra, and I want you to take a look at how you're looking at the sun here, Libra. Just take a moment and just bask in that. The more. And again, Libra, this could be maybe some of us, you know, like where are we at? You know, maybe this is like possibly too, you know, how this woman's like out in nature here, you know, getting maybe some of us, like it might benefit getting us out in nature, you know, just. This is going to be a lovely month for you for love, Libra, and on you and everyone who has the pleasure, I feel like, of basking in this sunlight, because. Yeah. This is something that, Libra, I'm getting a couple things with this. I feel like, one, Libra, don't feel like you have to chase after the sun. You know, with this Knight of Swords popping up here, just like you can know, if you can see here, he's like chasing after his motorbike here, and I feel like that you know, I feel like maybe some of us have been looking outside to find love, when, Libra, it's all within, and you know Libra, I'm not saying that like this is any fault of your own. It's just, I feel like the thought that was planted is just like with how I mean, between media and songs and all of that, there's not a whole lot of promoting like self-love and how incredibly important that is, and that yes, there is so much love outside of here, but there's it's all starts here. You are the source, Libra. And even when I'm thinking about like songs and stuff like that, there's a song that like I haven't talked about it in a little bit, but I feel like every time the love readings pop around, I think about this. But there's this song Libra showed me, had introduced me to it. It's this, I might have told you this last time, Libra, but it's this song "Love Me" or "Like I Do," and it's by Awa, AWA, Jam. And because she really, I mean, it's just like, one of the lines, can't nobody, and Libra, and this is facts, can't nobody love you like you do, Libra. No one. Because it's Libra, hear me out. That's not to say that people can't love you. It's just that the love that you have for you is it's bigger than anybody. Like it's bigger than anybody can bring, because you the best. You know what I mean? Other people can learn how to work with your energies for sure. Absolutely. We can have something harmonious here. But Libra, it all starts right here. You are a bottomless, you're a well of just bottomless love, and it's tapping into that. And Libra, I will say, when we're taking this time when we're treating ourselves, enjoy this. Don't rush this, because the Knight of Wands, he's a type, he likes to be on the move. Libra, take yourself some time. If we haven't done anything for ourselves here recently, because let me say on one thought. Take some time for yourself and enjoy that, and do it guilt-free, Libra, if we haven't done this for a while. And even if we have done something here recently, do it again. I feel like there's not what's a little extra Empress time? But, don't... Try to enjoy it and not feel guilty for like wanting to relax and treating yourself, or feel like it's selfish, Libra. Because here's the thing, in order for you to be selfless, you have to be selfish first. You need to be able to know how to treat yourself and take care of yourself, and then when things are working right, we got eyes on it. Man, and then there was something else I had on my head too, Libra. It'll come back. Any more? All right, Libra, looks like we're pulling some oracle cards here. I'm with this. Oh, wait, where are we pulling? Okay. Let's see, Libra. What we got going down? Yeah, Libra, hold up. More? Okay. Because first card we got here is the Awake card in reverse. And Libra, I remember what I was going to say. Something awoke in me. Before we get to that, if we're in a relationship, Libra, because here's the thing, maybe some of us are thinking like, we're in a relationship, how am I going to carve out time for ourselves? Like what about my boyfriend, girlfriend, partner, or whatever? You don't have to. Here's my thing. You can still, Empress, take care of yourself while we're in a relationship. If anything, it's necessary, Libra, because yes, where we do grow together, we also are. We're two halves in this contract that we've signed here, and we came here with the agreement that we were going to grow. Like that's my thing. When it comes into relationship, as long as there's growth happening and we're learning and we're adapting and we're working towards this sunshine, absolutely. There are things that we do together, and then there are things that we do apart, Libra. And if some of maybe some of us are thinking, well, what about if I don't trust them, what if they cheat on me or whatever, blah blah blah. Well, Libra, if that's how we feel about this person, then why are we with them? And I know how that sounds, and I'm not coming at you, but if that's the thought that we're having, if we don't trust them enough to go on their self-growth journey to think that there's going to be shenanigans that are going down, that says a lot, Libra. And that's something that, why put yourself through that? If these are your concerns and your feelings, then you don't got to put up with that, Libra. But here's the thing. Don't cast stuff on people as well. You know, that's something we have to be fair to them, because if there hasn't been any behavior that's indicating that, then you know, because maybe, you know, we might be thinking about past experiences. And I get it, Libra, where I don't want to say, you know, I don't want you to like dim your intuition, in the sense of, like, if there are red flags, you know, pay attention to those. But we also don't want to make create things that aren't there, Libra. You know what I mean? Because here's the thing too, Libra. If we've been in like a string of like maybe infidel, you know, like unfaithfulness and whatnot, you know, if we keep saying that, well, you know, everyone's a cheater, you know, it's like, hey, you know, you can't go out here because we're going to cheat, we're going to do the blah, 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 blah. The universe hears that, Libra, and I know how this is going to sound, but the universe don't like to make you a liar. And if that's what we're manifesting, cheaters, then that's what the universe is going to keep giving you, cheaters, until we see the lesson in this. That the reason, you know, in Libra, hear me out, Libra. If we've noticed a trend like that, where yes, that does not excuse their behavior, what else do they have in common, Libra? And that's something to learn from this. That's the whole point. If there's been repetitiveness, that's not meant to keep you asleep. It's meant to wake you up, Libra. Now let's get into this awake card here. You know, that's not the point. The point is for there to find the wisdom. Everyone, and then when I talk about that, every person that we meet, it's not random. There is a whole purpose for these interactions here. Whether for growth, well, actually it's growth on all aspects. It's just whether are we going to operate at a higher vibration or a lower vibration. That's really all it comes down to. And when we learn from this, Libra, when we find that skill, then things start to unlock. Then the sun starts pouring in, and guess what? When the sun starts filling up, and when you start radiating that sunlight, guess who's going to come and bask in that light with you? Your soulmates, your soul tribe, you know, your soul pets, you know, all of that. Oh, Libra. More? Okay. Wait. All right, yeah, Libra. Now we got the Protect card in reverse here, more. And with the Protect card, I feel like with this is making sure that you're being mindful of your energies, you know, in these partnerships that are coming through for you, Libra, especially your sign, you know. And this is where too, when I mentioned, you know, checking your charts, Libra, your house, the 7th house, is the house of relationships. And take this from someone who knows someone who has like heavy 7th house placements. You know, when it comes to your energy, sometimes I feel like that when we think about relationships, we can be so enmeshed in something, and that we can put so much on a person or I don't want to put this, you know, we make this about them, that sometimes we forget about our energy, Libra, is what I'm trying to get out. And that's something to be mindful of. Just because your sign, even if like you're a Libra and you don't have your sun in the 7th house, you're still going to have those 7th house influences just being a Libran. So it's just something to be mindful of as well, that you want to make sure that you're safeguarding your energies, because your energies are just as important as the people who we're partnering with. And it's a balance, Libra. And if we're not balanced, and that's, you know, we got some things that we need to adjust more. Yeah. Okay, yeah, more. All right, Libra, let's switch back over. So lastly, nice, now we're getting some stuff upright here, Libra. We got the hands upright, and then we got the death card upright, which I'm with both of these. The hands, you know, I feel like that this is one, you know, I feel like getting like a grip on this situation and like understanding what's going down here, you know, with our relationships. You know, are we noticing some things that aren't quite resonating with us, and not necessarily laying hands on these people, Libra. Let's come on now. Let's no fighting. But more so just like, hey, we need to pause for a second. You know, if there's these energies here, you know, if it's affecting the growth, Libra, because with the Death card, if we stay in a place of not growing, if we just stay in the ground here, and you know, we're stifling ourselves, you know, we're not considering our needs, or you know, our happiness, or anything, you know, we're not protecting our energy, you know, we're just giving all. That's going to hinder this growth, Libra. That's going to hinder your evolution. But when we focus on our inner light and focus on that growth, the transformation is beautiful. Because I mean, Libra, this is, even with how little cards you has, this is like this is like yelling at me that, Libra, everything that you have it starts here. You don't need much. It's all right here. People, when you focus on you, Libra, people will just flock to you. They'll want to work with you. They'll want to be with you. They'll want to just, you know, whether in love, friends, whatever, Libra. So just something to keep in mind, you know, with this energy. So I think I'm gonna leave that there, Libra. I like that. And if something resonated with you, give it a thumbs up and share this, Libra, because Libra placements can be tricky, especially if you have like a high concentration of either like Libra energy in like the Libran sign, or in the 7th house. Because it can get to a place, Libra, that it can lead to like codependency, possibly. If we're not aware of our energies energetically, know how we operate just operate. So that's why I really stress the importance of really checking your chart, because it really can provide some like really good insights for you. A little bit about me. I have, while we're talking about houses, I mean, my chart 1 is riddled with Leo, but I have, you know, my Mars, Venus, and Jupiter all in the 1st house. And there's a lot of stuff that I've noticed that are tied to my ego, you know, because that's what the 1st house is about, self. And so that's something where it's like I'm learning myself, you know, and you know, and how that translates. So it really, what were we doing? Oh, we're sharing this. So I was like, why are we talking about this, Libra? Because we're sharing this, because it's you know, it's just good to understand the energies that we're working with, Libra, and making sure, again, that we're safeguarding that. You know, it's important to protect our energies, you know, and being aware of how much we're giving in a relationship, because where Libra, it's beautiful how much you want to give, but make sure that we're harmonizing, you know, that we're giving just as much, if not more, here first. Give more here first, and then that'll just it pays off, Libra. And then subscribe if you haven't already. Hit that bell button if you want notifications when I release videos each week. Social media, I have Facebook, Instagram. I haven't done anything on them. Really, when I was talking about that connection, I don't know if I mentioned that, but, you know, Facebook has been just like really a place to connect with, like, old friends, you know, and like I'm posting stuff, like, sort of. I'm working on it, Libra. I have an Instagram. I should probably start, or maybe also, you know, think of, I had some stuff to put on my future accomplishments list. But where I am social media, or very active, is this app called Insight Timer. You know, I feel like that's going to be the platform that I'm going to try to be on, you know, or make that like MySpace. But it's a free app. You can get a premium if you want, but they have a lot with the free that you can do, different music, sessions, all of that. It's super cool. You can even make like your own like preset timers and things. But I made a group on there called Zodiacs Raising the Vibration. And it's just a place to just drop little pockets of sunshine, you know, little positive affirmations, whether that be yours or something you just happen to come across, or same thing with like encouraging messages, just any kind of like, it's just like an uplifting space. And on my other channel, Cancer gave me I came up with a cool idea that actually is including with the Empress. I'm thinking of once more people join, you know, doing like self-care with the Empress, you know, and just like, you know, taking more times to just like do some meditation and, you know, being zen and, you know, whatever that looks like for you, Libra. And then lastly, speaking of my other channel, if you have any Cancer in your placements, maybe you're dealing with a Cancer. Well, I mean, not if they're giving you if they're giving you sass, then I'm not that excited. Well, you know what? If this Cancerian is giving you some problems, Libra, you bring them over to the Chariot and Friends, because they probably just need to get synced up with the moon. I was like, oh, there's no moon here. There it is. There she is. And, but yeah, come check out my channel, Alchemist 8, or, geez, Libra, the Chariot and Friends. You're already on Alchemist 8. But I talk everything Cancerian. We discuss lunar shenanigans. It's a good old time. And all that housekeeping, down in the description box below. But let me get you out of here, Libra. I'm just yakking on. Libra. Oh, we're going to have a beautiful ending, Libra. Because one, we got the Ace of Cups in reverse. And I was just calling you a well of bottomless love. Oh, I love it, Ace of Cups. And you got the Birth card in reverse here, Libra. Libra, it's time to give birth. And I know I'm about to say, it's time to give birth to your happiness. Ace of Cups for me is, it's unconditional love, you know? But in order for us to feel that for others, it's got to start here, because we got to get to a place where you love you always. It don't matter when we're at our peak, when we're all over the place, when we're not feeling as cute. Still love there, still compassion. It's just like this is just the energy that I'm in right now. But that's all right. I'm gonna pour some Ace of Cups and feed this energy. Libra, the whole point of that, how this person is pouring in, focusing all the love on themselves. Do that, Libra. Focus take pockets of time and like moments and just fill yourself with just Ace of Cups and sunshine. And I'll tell you what's going to be born out of that, Libra, is a Queen of Swords that nobody's ever seen before. You know, someone who an Empress will be born, honestly, out of that. You know, because that's the Empress, your ruler, Venus, is the ultimate queen. She is the embodiment. She's all four queens put into one, you know. But how do we do that? Is the queens are healing energy. We heal. We take that time and heal ourselves and love ourselves, and then that's how we embody the Empress. Beautiful. You too, Libra. Oh, I love that. Okay, Libra, I'm going to get you out of here. That was lovely. Stay safe out there. And Libra, don't worry. And again, I know how this is going to sound. Don't worry about others' vibrations right now. Raise your vibration on your way to raising it to the sun. Hit up Venus on the way there, because Libra, when you do that for yourself, we're all gonna feel that. Bet you we're all gonna feel that. And I will catch you on the next one later.